Thanks for joining us. We are Alive at 5, ready to get your thoughts on our story today. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook if you want to get in on this conversation. I'm Cheryl Preheim. I'm here with Aisha Howard and Kaitlyn Ross, and today we're talking about what happens when women in particular are working in a public place and someone violates their space. A man might violate their space, sometimes maybe to get attention, to try to go viral, but it is a violation that just happened to a reporter doing a live report in Kentucky.
It's been an absolutely gorgeous day out today, and it's allowing people to focus on the fun, on the music, on the okay. That was
no. Our Sarah Revest is live.
So Sarah is a reporter who just released her thoughts about what happened in that video.
I personally didn't know how to react. I was shocked, but my nervous laughter does not equate to approval of his actions. It was an exertion of power over me, a woman trying to do her job who couldn't stop him. This embarrassed me, and it made me feel uncomfortable and powerless.
So he's hanging around trying to be funny. He pretends like he's going to spank her, and then comes around and gives her a kiss that she forced himself.
Yeah, and you see him setting up the moment, you know, thinking that this is going to be one of those viral YouTube moments, and that really fuels people to try to make these moments and try to make a name for themselves or get all these likes, views, or shares. But you just invaded someone's personal space, their body, while they're doing their job. Our job, even though it's public, it's not something to play with. It's not something that you've taken advantage of to become some internet famous person.
It seems to me sometimes that people just lose their minds when they see a live television camera. I can't tell you how many times I've been reporting in the field and people would do things that, in retrospect, they must wake up the next morning and just think, what was I thinking? It's not funny. It's not cute. If your employer ever sees it, I mean, you should be fired.
Yeah.
You just got in her space. You kissed her against her will. Nothing about that is funny.
I can't think of a job where I can go to and just interrupt someone so blatantly and so disrespectfully.
That's so true. And I was thinking of a lot of different industries. I think waitresses deal with this a lot. Maybe people who work at sporting events. I think a lot of people deal with this, maybe not on camera, but they still deal with this. And a lot of you are talking about this. Let's get to some comments now. Barry writes in, how in the heck was he able to get close to her? Don't y'all have security? No. Generally, there is not security. And sometimes you're working by yourself. What you don't know is a lot of us shoot our own video and run our own live shots too. Jack Peacock has a comment too. A lot of people really angry about this. The TV news bloopers on YouTube don't help either. Everyone thinks it's funny that there'll be a viral post that, like you're saying, Aisha, eggs people on. And maybe then they cross a line that maybe otherwise they might think a moment about, but they're still thinking like, this is my chance to get some attention.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know how this feels. I was covering the Indy 500 back in 2014. Very similar moment happened to me. And you're going to see how this guy was really banking on this. He's going to smile right into the camera.
Boy. Not funny.
Yeah.
And I think I do want to talk about with you, Aisha, though, how you just kept going. You didn't even stop. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people have trouble putting together, is that you can feel violated and you can feel like something went wrong without putting your hand up or saying stop.
Yeah,
you know,
I
did
just like a
going.
very low, strong elbow move, so that, and I saw him coming. And so you're talking, you're doing your live report, because guess what's primary focus?
Work.
I'm on my job.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's what's most important. And I saw him coming, and the photographer was, you know, tuning into the live truck and didn't know like what was happening. It was in a moment I was standing there by myself.
Yeah.
Or even the second photographer, his back was turned to the guy. So essentially that's the extent of our security, even if there is a photographer there, which typically is a male-dominated industry. So they sort of take on that role of taking care of us. But I couldn't stop him, and I met him later, and he apologized.
Wow.
And one comment that we got too said, maybe alcohol fuels these events. You think about sporting events. The guy didn't remember when I saw him again.
Interesting.
Wow.
I want to point out one more comment, because I think that Lamar makes a really important point. How rude and tacky, but could this be considered assault? Well, Sarah, the reporter in this case, did go to the police department and made a report and is hoping to identify them. They say it can be harassment with physical contact.
And simple battery. I think simple battery. He touched her. He touched her against her will. And I think that there are a lot of police officers out there who, when I've had interactions with them after things like this have happened to me, who said, we will pursue this. We will go after these people because it's not okay. And I just want to drive that home that this isn't funny.
Yeah. Even something as simple as honking the horn or yelling something derogatory behind our live shots. We are on our job, and we will respect your place of business if we ever encounter you on the clock as well. We want to know what you think about this one. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post every weekday, and follow us on social media to get your comments on the show. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you back tomorrow, same time.